Hello, everyone. Sometimes when you're talking about Nigerian cases, it can be so wearying. In the last few days, I haven't spoken or done a lot of things on Nigeria. And I think it's a bit refreshing, even though I've apologized. Even after apologizing, I couldn't keep up again. I just finished my exams yesterday. But I think from some time, for one sanity, just take a step away from all the things about Nigeria, then come back again. And so here I am. I've come back, and hopefully I stay back. I don't because it's actually so interesting. Just not doing the videos, right? Because there's so much work to be done. But anyway, if we don't talk about these issues, they'll begin to say we like it. It is normal. It is okay. That's why we have to continue talking about things that are actually not okay. For not only to remind ourselves that it's not okay, but to let the world know that we are saying it's not okay. You're seeing this breaking news that Nigerian government amends cyberbullying charges against Sowore for calling Tinubu criminal. It removes Meta X as defendant. So if they call Tinubu a criminal, and so if Tinubu thinks he's not a criminal, let him go to court as a private citizen, not him using the machinery of the state. The criminality or whatever that they said that Sowore did is against the Tinubu of the person. It's not against the Nigerian government. It's not against the seat of the president. It's against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And if Bola Ahmed Tinubu thinks he's not the criminal that Sowore said he is, then Bola Ahmed Tinubu should go to court and charge Sowore for either defamation or whatever it is. This is clear case of abuse of power that we see all the time, where institutions are being used, have been brought to a place where they're being used to oppress as weapon of oppression against citizens. When we talk about rule of law means that everybody is supposed to be, one in where the law is. Nobody is above any other person. And so if you the same way also, institutions should not be used to favor one person against another. According to a court document obtained by Sahara reporters on Monday, the amended charge was filed in December 2025 before the Federal High Court in Abuja under charge number FHC ABJCR 484 2025. I just also want to add that what is the judiciary do? We need a judiciary that is courageous. We need a judiciary that is not cowardly. We need a judiciary that can speak up. We need a judiciary that knows what the business of judiciary is. And they must get to a place where they begin to put their foot down in terms of frivolous charges that are brought before them that waste their time. The work that judicial officers do, the work that judges do. Every time I'm in a court and I see a judge having to write down everything that he said, I'm like, what's the meaning of this? They work too hard for them to be bringing all of these frivolous cases before them. There has to be a place where they would even find institutions, organizations, ministries, whatever it is, that actually bring frivolous cases just because they want to favor one person or the other, or just because they want to oppress one person. The judiciary itself must also put, its feet down. The federal government of Nigeria has amended its criminal charges against human rights activists and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore in case alleging cyberbullying against Bola Tinubu. They added president, but I'm not adding president. See, the thing is that against Tinubu, then Tinubu doesn't have hands and legs. He doesn't have money to go and look for lawyers. If he say he doesn't have money, let him do GoFundMe to ask for people to donate for him so that he will go and charge, he will go to court and file case, right? And hire a lawyer to help him file case. I'm sure if he asks, there will be a lot of lawyers that will do for him pro bono. So why is the federal government coming on to do this? Or are they saying, oh, it's criminal charges, that they are not bringing it through to you? This is waste of state resources, the resources that we don't have. That's how the other time, Senator Natasha, the federal government, because that she had issues, she had said alleged, murder plot against her, and calling the Senate president and also the former governor of Kogi, say Yaya Bello. The next thing, federal government were charging her to on the same thing, two different courts, charge her to do two different courts, just because you people have wasting time and everything. And at the end of the day, of course, the thing doesn't have head, they don't have anything. They now discontinuous the cases, and they now sent, if you see the women that they sent to come and the lawyers that they sent from female, they were, you could see they were embarrassed on the whole thing. But the people that were doing back, when they were doing the case, they were not the ones that came to come and do the discontinuance, to file the discontinuance and everything. It's other people that were called him. Why are we wasting state resources? These are state resources that should be used to do more, serious issue. There are murderers out there are terrorists out there are kidnappers out there are killers out there that have been arrested, that their cases should be prosecuted, but they are not being prosecuted. And unfortunately, what we have is just, what do you call it now? We have a case of the government just going after citizens. And this is absolutely not the way it should be. The revised charge sheet now contains two counts against Sowore, whereas earlier version had included additional defendants. Notably, the prosecution removed S Corp, the owners of the social media platform X, and Meta Air Platforms Inc., the parent company of Facebook, as co-defendants in the case. The charges relate to posts made by Sowore on August 25, 2024 on his official handle and Facebook account. In count 1, the government alleges that on or about August 25, 2025, Sowore knowingly or intentionally sent a message via his official X handle at Sowore, which the prosecution claimed was false and intended to cause a breakdown of law and order in Nigeria or pose a threat to life. Which threat? Tinubu was found to have given $460,000 on drug-related issue. They fined him. US had fined him. He didn't do threat for his life. He didn't cause breakdown. He said that Sowore calling him criminal is what is going to be threat and whatever. The specific post cited in the charge reads, "This criminal at official BAT actually went to Brazil to state that there is no more corruption under his regime. What audacity to lie shamelessly." And this is the tweet, that because the federal government does not have work, they don't have terrorists that are killing people that they need to go out. This is the tweet that they carried, that Tinubu, that they are prosecuting Sowore out of. If Tinubu says he's not a criminal, then let him go and file, a civil defamation, whatever, and leave the state out of this nonsense. We have things that the state should put its energy towards. It's not defending the character of somebody that has mouth and legs and hands to defend himself. And if he says he doesn't have money, which you too, let him go and do GoFundMe. There are enough psychophants to be able to donate to him to go ahead and do whatever it is. They should just stop, wasting our time. Thank you so much for watching.